Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Election Commission to publish the name list of voters for National Assembly election today. Ruling coalition in talks to conclude share of seats. Call for application for the vacant position of Trivandrum University Vice Chancellor withdrawn. Prime Minister directs to make required amendments. 3 months have gone by since the abduction of Bipin Joshi by Hamas. Israeli army says it has completed the dismantling of Hamas command structure in northern Gaza Strip. And 4 second-half goals against Preston helped Chelsea book their place in the FA Cup 4th round. Newcastle United also move forward in the tournament. Parties in the ruling coalition have appeared divided regarding the share of seats for the 19 members at the National Assembly. Candidacies are to be registered tomorrow in all 7 provinces for the National Assembly elections slated for January 25. Prior to that, the ruling coalition has made preparation to conclude on the share of seats today. Among the 19 seats, Nepali Congress had claimed 10, CPN Maoist Center had wanted 6, while CPN Unified Socialist has claimed 3. Janata Samajwadi Party, Loktantrik Samajwadi Party, Nagarik Unmukti Party and Rashtriya Jana Morcha are also making their claims. However, with the 2 major parties of the coalition making efforts to allocate only 2 seats for Unified Socialists, efforts made until late last night failed to produce any result, which led to Unified Socialist Chairperson Madhav Kumar Nepal leaving Balothar. The coalition is therefore to make efforts to reach a consensus today. Meanwhile, after CPN-UML's efforts to seek seats on the condition of consensus for transitional justice failed, the opposition has made preparations to register candidacies for all the seats available. With the major political parties focused on power and political share, works related to transitional justice have remained stranded. Instead of ensuring justice for the victims, political parties have been prioritizing their own political interests. They have also not been able to formulate laws to conclude issues related to transitional justice. Political parties had initially agreed to conclude transitional justice within 6 months of the peace accord in 2063 BS as per the Nepali calendar. However, the commission was formed after 7 years. After criticisms of laws formed to address transitional justice, the Supreme Court ordered for amendment of laws and removal of a provision for mandatory reconciliation. But these laws have yet to be amended. Despite the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Commission of Investigation on Enforced Disappeared Persons conducting studies based on the complaints, they are yet to conclude their works. Transitional justice has become a topic of political gambits. Opposition CPN-UML used transitional justice as a tool to seek its share in the upcoming National Assembly election. However, with the UML's political aspirations taking a flack, it has reverted to its previous stance. The ruling parties have also not appeared serious towards concluding laws related to transitional justice. Despite a clear majority at the parliament, they appear to in favor of serving their political interests in the name of consensus. At a time when CPN-UML and Maoist Center had united and had the majority, they did not exhibit any seriousness towards concluding this issue. The call for application issued by the Recommendation Committee for appointment of a Vice Chancellor at the Trivandrum University has been withdrawn. The Recommendation Committee had called for applications on Friday for appointment of a new Vice Chancellor from open competition with the objective of improving the standards of the Trivandrum University, which has been plagued with political interference. However, issuing another notice today, it has been informed that the call for application has been withdrawn. Prior to this, the requirement of at least 3 years of experience in one designation at the university was drawn into controversy. Also, the Chancellor of the university, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal, has been assuring of appointing the Vice Chancellor without considering any political aspect. The Recommendation Committee for appointment of the Vice Chancellor was formed under the leadership of Minister for Education, Science and Technology Ashok Rai. TU is currently without a Vice Chancellor after the term of Dharmakanta Baskota ended on 2nd of November. Efforts are underway to resolve the dispute between the local administration and the side of the victim who had died during Friday's clash related to the issue of municipal hospital in Bharathawa municipality of Sarlahi. Chief District Officer Komal Prasad Dhamala and security officials had reached Bharathawa yesterday and held talks with the family members of Jai Shankar Shah, who was killed during the clash. They expressed their condolence and informed about the government decision to provide 1 million rupees in compensation. Talks between the two sides were also held at the district administration office today. Meanwhile, the body of Jai Shankar Shah is still on the road, while the prohibitory order imposed yesterday has been lifted at 8 this morning. In our Public Voice segment, we have asked in several provinces what should be done to avoid the loss of public life in police firing during protests. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
राज्य नै एकदम गम्भीर हुनुपर्छ
गोली हान्नु भन्दा मलाई नै हरेक चुनौतीहरु अपनाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ
सरकारले नि सबै कुरा गर्छ भन्ने पनि छैन हामी सरकारमै पुरै निर्भरता भएर पनि हुँदैन
अहिले सरकारले गम्भीर भएर युवालाई रोजगारीहरु सिर्जना गर्दियो भने भोलिको दिनमा यस्तो कुराहरु अझै सिर्जना हुँदैन
राज्यले त जनताको सुरक्षा दिनुपर्ने उल्टा उनीहरुले जो मार्न थालेपछि के गर्नु
पुलिस प्रशासनलाई संवेदनशील हुन धेरै नै अति नै आवश्यक छ
वार्ताको टेबलमा बोलाएर दुई पक्षबीच सहमति गराएको भए कसैको आमाले आफ्नो छोरा गुमाउनु पर्थेन कि
नीतिगत रूपमा राज्यले आफ्ना मातहतका निकायहरूलाई प्रशिक्षित गर्नु पर्यो
विरोध गर्ने मान्छेहरु पनि हैन धेरै आतंक तरिकाले गर्न भएन शान्तिपूर्ण तरिकाले गर्न पर्यो
प्रदर्शनकारीलाई धेरै संवेदनशील हुन आवश्यक छ
One more earthquake victim has died because of cold weather condition in Jazarkot. The deceased has been identified as 68-year-old Lal Bahadur Rawat of Barekot Rural Municipality, Ward Number 4. According to Barekot Rural Municipality Chairperson Bir Bahadur Giri, deceased Rawat was suffering from a long-term illness. He was taking refuge under a tent after the devastating earthquake of November 3. It has been learned that his health condition was deteriorating because of the cold weather condition. With this, the number of deaths because of cold since the Jazarkot earthquake has reached 37. Of them, 31 were reported in Jazarkot, while 6 others were from Rukum West. And despite the lapse of 2 months since the earthquake, the local residents are still compelled to take refuge under temporary shelters. 68,000 residents of 5 districts were affected by the Jazarkot and Bazang earthquakes, while 42,000 of them are yet to receive resources for temporary shelters. Now, public life has been hit hard because of cold wave in districts of West Tarai. Despite the District Disaster Management Committee distributing firewood and making arrangements to keep the local residents warm in the urban areas, the residents of rural areas have not received the facility. The Disaster Management Committee has said that more than 150,000 are likely to be affected by the cold wave. Drop in temperature has arrived relatively late in Western Tarai district this year. With the mercury dropping low, the local administration, Home Administration and Disaster Management Committee have been making arrangements for the local residents to keep themselves warm. Firewoods have been provided to areas including hospitals, elderly homes and other public places. At a time when the higher parts of Karnali province are witnessing temperature as low as -3 degrees, temperature stood at 9 degrees Celsius in Nepalganj as of yesterday morning. And despite the authorities making arrangements of burning firewood in the urban areas, such initiatives have yet to reach the rural parts. Baki administration has said that around 176,000 are to be hit hard by the cold wave this year. It has also directed the local levels to make necessary arrangements to ensure relief for the local residents. But the local levels are yet to pay any serious attention towards this issue. More than 2,000 youth leave Nepal every day for foreign employment. Tens of thousands others are in search of appropriate opportunity for jobs abroad. In such a situation, criminal groups involved in fraud by deceiving such aspirants of jobs abroad have been found active. Now, previously, such frauds were carried out by collecting money personally, while these days, online platforms including Facebook, WhatsApp and YouTube are being used. And despite the use of such platforms, the government is yet to pay any interest in curbing such form of crime. Nishan Chaudhary of Bake was aiming to seek job opportunities abroad. At that point of time, a person named Savin Thamang shared some information with him about a job opportunity in Maldives with an attractive monthly salary. Thamang had said that it would require Chaudhary to pay 150,000 rupees upfront. Believing Thamang, Chaudhary and his friends sent the amount. However, Thamang then went out of contact. With their money now gone to waste, Nishan and his friends have been knocking the doors of police and the Department of Foreign Employment. In addition to this case, many others have been reaching the department with several grievances related to manpower companies on a daily basis. entities from Nepal and also from India have been deceiving the aspirants for foreign employment. According to the Department of Foreign Employment, a total of 1,333 complaints have been filed in the past 5 months alone. Of them, more than 1,000 are cases related with individuals. Government officials have said that curving cases related to individuals is more complicated than those related to organizations. Despite generation of more than 1.2 trillion rupees in remittance from foreign employment, the sector remains in a sorry state in the country. The youth are also being deceived in absence of adequate awareness, while no mechanism has been formed to address the dozens of complaints registered on a daily basis. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what should be done to put an end to fraudulent activities related to foreign employment? Your options are A. Intensify regulation, B. Ensure jobs at home, and C. Public awareness. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now before we wrap up, here's a look into the top stories one more time. Election Commission to publish the name list of voters for National Assembly election today. Ruling coalition in talks to conclude the share of seats. Call for application for the vacant position of Tribhuvan University Vice Chancellor withdrawn. Prime Minister Dahal directs to make required amendments. 3 months have gone by since the abduction of Bipin Joshi by Hamas. Israeli army says it has completed the dismantling of Hamas command structure in northern Gaza Strip. And 4 second-half goals against Preston helped Chelsea book their place in the FA Cup 4th round. Newcastle United also moved forward in the tournament. So that is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin is at 6 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.